What happened while we were away, brought to you by RFK Jr. chimes in. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. addressed the reaction to Trump's pick to lead the CDC, Dr. Susan Manara, saying in a post yesterday, quote, X posts that erroneously attribute Biden-era tweets supporting masks, lockdowns, vaccine mandates, etc. to my CDC director nominee Susan Manara have understandably provoked agitation within the MAHA movement. I handpicked Susan for this job because she's a longtime champion of MAHA values and a caring, compassionate, and brilliant microbiologist and a tech wizard who will reorient CDC toward public health and gold standard science. I'm so grateful to President Trump for making this appointment. That's quite the endorsement, and I pray he's right about Dr. Manara. Dr. J. Bhattacharya was confirmed as director of the National Institutes of Health yesterday. That's a big job, and it follows Marty Makary, who was confirmed as head of the FDA earlier this week. Trump signed an executive order yesterday aimed at strengthening election integrity. It conditions federal election-related funds on states complying with the integrity measures set forth by federal law and directs the Attorney General to enter into information-sharing agreements with state election officials to identify cases of election fraud or other election law violations, among other measures. Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee had his confirmation hearing for ambassador to Israel yesterday.
I cannot imagine under any circumstances that any right-minded person would find it acceptable to support or to even acknowledge that there was justification in any way for the massacre of innocent civilians on October the 7th.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has some thoughts about Governor Greg Abbott.
We in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
Learning Chinese today. Today's phrase is, that's leading Democratic presidential nominee Jasmine Crockett to you, bub.
这就是民主党总统候选人 Jasmine Crockett 向你走来的原因，兄弟。
Illinois Governor Augustus Gloop, your thoughts.
My mother was an activist for reproductive rights and LGBTQ rights. And she took me to pride parades back when, well, they weren't really parades, they were protests. So I have to laugh when I hear the right wing carry on about the dangers of exposing kids to trans people or same-sex couples, because I'm living proof that introducing your kids to the gay agenda might result in them growing up to be governor.
And finally, a Marxist Madness update, Soviet 16 edition. There are some tight matchups, particularly on the right side of the bracket. The one seed in the equity region, Garbage, is lagging behind upset-minded We Demand Aid, 52-48. Also in the equity region, it's a near tie between the 7 seed National Cathedral Witch and the 6 seed High Tech Trafficking, with the Witch barely eking out a lead. Also a near tie in the inclusion region, as the 3 seed Trans Uterus holds a slim lead over the 2 seed Haitians Over Sun. One notable result coming in from the diversity region, where the 8th seeded Rights Come From Where continues its improbable run, leading Governor Weirdmer 60-40. You have less than a day to vote for whom you want to move on from the Soviet 16 to the elitist 8. Make your picks at Steve Day Show on X. And that's what happened while we were away.